The intent of this podcast is for entertainment only. Our stories are based on the opinions and thoughts of ourselves and the research we cite. We encourage you to conduct your own research and form opinions based on your findings. You're not even, like, at that age, I don't think Slenderman wants to come and find you, so...
He does. He wants his paperwork back.
Okay. Nope, they're still not gone yet. We are recording 2 different podcasts tonight.
Yes.
So we have...
The studio is in full swing and everyone won't get the fuck away.
So we have a lot of people in this house right now. We were pushed upstairs because I live here, so I guess I can best all the time. So we are upstairs on the kitchen table, hoping the dog doesn't bark and the cats don't meow and their collars don't jingle and people walking up and down the steps all the time. So we'll see how well it turns out. I don't know.
Okay.
Apologies in advance. I smell coffee, so somebody just make coffee.
It smells good.
I know, but this alcohol smells better. Just saying.
Mine's so warm.
Wait, so I almost sent you a link today. I was on Red Tag Ricky because, you know, why not? Shout out to Red Tag. A strong drink.
Oh my God.
He's like making faces over here. But I was on Red Tag Ricky and they had a sale on sign for like $20-something. And it was a neon sign and it said, one said cocktails and dreams. The other one said happy hour. And I was like, oh, I want it, but I can't find the happy hour one discounted. I can only find cocktails and dreams. And I was like, it's cute and all, but I don't want cocktails and dreams behind us. I'd rather have happy hour behind us. Although I would not be mad if we got like a conspiracy happy hour sign made. Like, I think we need to like reach out, maybe like anybody.
Who are you talking to that said that they found one for like $40?
Oh, I was on Red Tag Ricky.
Oh.
Yeah, but as I said, when I had our custom one. No.
Oh.
The custom one that I looked at was like $450.
Well, that's because that was going to be a real.
Oh, I know, but like, we need to get like, see, Patreon, this is what your money is going to support.
Yes.
A neon sign for our background. Because we have started doing video recordings, and we were going to do one tonight.
Except for today.
We were going to do one tonight, but we got kicked upstairs, so we don't have a fancy area to record in.
No.
So
the paying people are getting the nicer studio.
The next one that we do, we're paying too. But the next episode that we do, you can look for us on YouTube as well. Yes, you can
see our beautiful faces.
I mean, I don't know.
It's probably not the best on camera right now. I was going to say,
I don't know if we really want to right now.
I just came back from the beach and my feet still have sand on them.
I asked him when he got here and I was like, did you dye your beard blue? Because like the white suntan lotion in his beard, which is like black, looks like blue for some reason. I don't know. Go figure.
I did.
But so, I mean, I don't hate it. I think it would look really cool if it was green for St. Patrick's Day because you're so dark. Anyway.
Yes, take that blanket and leave. Get out. Who's that over there? Is that someone from Tell Me How You Really Feel? Shimmying away in an avocado blanket.
It's an avocado.
It's an avocado. Yeah, what would you do today besides work? Anything?
No. Work consumes my fucking life anymore. I was talking to one of the guys today and I was like, I'm sorry, I forgot to do X, Y, and Z. He's like, this week has sucked. I was like, I know it has. Do you want to go out to the bar on Friday night for some medicine, aka alcohol and trivia? And I'm still waiting for a reply, so he might have been like, that bitch got a problem.
She's never talking to her again.
Well, did I tell? Well, obviously, you know, but like I was at the bar on Wednesday with you last week.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I was there.
Yeah. And then I was there on Thursday for Sexy Bingo.
Yes.
And then I went back on Friday. So they're like, are you okay? And I was like, honestly, I'm not sure. But I didn't drink on Friday, so that's a plus.
Shout out to the Cornados who are playing right now without me.
Oh, yeah. Well, were you going to go anyway?
No, because we're recording this episode.
Mm-hmm. You got to get this shit done. But should we introduce podcast because we've been talking long enough?
Yes. If you haven't noticed by now, you're listening to Conspiracy Happy Hour.
Yay.
Woo. And then we have our first audience member here, a tiny kitty.
Yep. My kitty's back.
Meow.
She's So you can't hear her this time because I took off her collar, but she's going to be walking all over the table. Oh, you know what I didn't look up yet today?
A Mandela effect?
Yeah, I got to figure out what our next fact is.
Well, look that up and then we'll reintroduce ourselves.
So while I'm looking that up, why don't you explain what happy news you've got going on in your life right now?
Oh, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, Conspiracy Happy Hour does not pay the bills.
Not yet.
Not yet. So I got a new job.
Woohoo!
Very exciting.
I'm excited for you because
too.
I'm hoping that you'll get me a job there.
Very exciting. Once I actually know what I'll be doing, I will let you know. But yeah, I got the good word today. So
what is your title?
A marketing manager.
Ooh, fun.
Yes.
Don't worry, we won't dox you. I'm not going to say.
I know. I'm not going to say.
Not going to say what your company is, but marketing manager sounds pretty cool. Not going to lie. I would totally get into marketing. I think I could like ace it.
I think you could too.
The problem is like, unless you've graduated for marketing or know somebody, it's very difficult to like midway get into it. Okay, I found one.
Okay. Go. Hit me.
So, never heard of this one actually. Skechers. Ooh, I'm not even reading it right now, and I'm trying to figure out how Skechers is spelled, like the shoes. Sorry,
we're not in our usual setup, and I'm tall, so this is very.
He's got a microphone that's very low.
My spine is like crippled right now. So let me guess. Okay, let me guess. Let me picture in my mind Skechers, and I will spell it.
I still have not looked, so I don't know the correct way.
SKE Sketcher CHTER.
SKECHTER, you said?
Yeah.
So there's no TER. It's either SKETCHERS or SKECHERS. So there's no T at the end of the word.
See, I just don't think I know how to spell Skechers.
I don't think I know how to say Skechers because I always said T.
I don't think this Mandela effect applies to me because I don't think I know how to spell Skechers.
Okay, I'm going to show you. Cover up the words with your hand. Actually, I'm just going to bring it down low. I'm going to bring it down like the screen down low so you can't see it. So I'm going to show you the two images. You tell me how you think it's supposed to go. Like I said, I still have not cheated. I have not looked. They look so similar that I don't think I've ever really noticed this one before.
See, I pronounce it Skechers, so I think I would throw that T in there.
But it's not. So
but I'm gonna assume I'm wrong, and I'm gonna say it's the second one, the CHER. Yes.
So the two spellings. The second one is SKECHERS. So let's see if you got it right. I think it's the first one because I did think I remember a T in there. So one of us is going to be right, but I think it's SKETCHERS. So it says, less sketchy than most people have been befuddled to see. There's no T in Skechers.
Oh, see, I would have.
So you're right.
I'm right, but I would have been wrong.
But you would have, yeah, because you said there was one at the end of the words.
Yeah.
There is no T. Now, this looks so weird. I think I'm going to take a screenshot of this because I want to post it and do like a survey and see.
Ask which one people think is true or false.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else we need to bring up too?
What?
We kept saying before, like, oh, we're eventually going to have a Patreon. We're going to get there. We're working on it. We have a Patreon established. It is up. It is online. It is ready to go.
It is semi-active.
Yeah, we really have to figure out how to work it best.
Yes, please bear with us. We're learning this as well.
We have a Discord. So if you are a Patreon member, you immediately get access to our Discord. And with that, you get side conversations. We already have a couple people who are on our Patreon, so they have access to our Discord. We have conversations and stuff like that. Depending on the tier you join, you're also going to get a virtual happy hour, which I think the month of August, it would be the third Thursday of the month. So if you want to do a live happy hour with us, please feel free to get shit-faced. But we do we do plan on doing third Thursday of August, our first conspiracy happy hour. And this is not just conspiracy. We want to do an actual happy hour where we are talking about life and work and bullshitting and drinking and maybe playing Piccolo or drinking games or something. But we want it to be fun and entertaining, and we want our listeners to want to join our happy hour with Patreon. So
yes, and I'm trying to see, like I said, I don't
as I open another drink.
I don't even know how to fully work Patreon. I'm trying to bring up our tiers so I can read them off.
Well, we have 6, right?
We do.
Okay. So I know our first 2 are the believers and the non-believers.
Yes.
And with that, you're either just supporting us and you are saying that you are a believer, or you are supporting us and saying you're not a believer. Now, you're also going to get access to the Discord with those levels. You're just not going to get the happy hours that we have. You're not going to be part of our book club that we're going to start. You will not get access to drink recipes that we create for our featured episodes like we did, I think it was last week.
Mm-hmm.
Or 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. 3 weeks.
No,
4 weeks
2.
ago.
Oh.
Because we're going to have
2 episodes ago.
We're trying to record early, so we have another one coming out
Time
next
is
week.
hard.
So it's confusing for you, but it's also a lot more confusing for us.
Yes. So, like Allison said, our first 2 tiers are the believers and the non-believers, and that those are just tiers that you're here for us and you're ready to support us. But everyone gets access to the Discord community. The next tier was our happy hour specials, which allows you to take part in our happy hour specials, and you get access to our drink recipes and, like Allison just said, access to the monthly happy hour that we're just going to have.
I'm excited for that.
And we're just
that's going to be a lot of fun.
And we're just going to shoot the shit via hopefully Discord, because that's the type of community we want to build it in. We also have a conspiracy book club that we would like to get started. So when the first person joins, we will get started.
Well, wait, I want to add to that for a second. So when we did the episode, and I don't remember what you did during that episode, it might have been the Wayfair, but when I was going over the
Trump.
No,
the Trumps.
Not yet.
Oh.
Although those would be good books
Those
to
are good
include
books.
too. Those would be good. But it was the alien abduction case with Betty and Barney.
Yes.
So the 2 books that I read off at the end that were written on the story.
Sorry, this drink is so strong.
You just made the worst face ever. But the 2 books that I read off at the end, I did start reading one, and it was called... Damn, what was it called? Someone see. I don't know. I'm really not good at remembering stuff. So I have been reading it. I'm like halfway through the book. And it's basically the story from 3 different perspectives of the Betty and Barney alien abduction case. I just can't remember what it's called right now.
Yes.
But anyways, things like that. Books that we discuss that are based on some of our conspiracies, some of our topics. That's what we want to do a book club surrounding. So we'll meet like bi-monthly, give people 2 months to read a book. Mm-hmm. Then we will come in for like not just a happy hour, but we're also going to be talking about the book for some of it as well. Thoughts, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. Anyway, moving on. Dan,
yes.
Next tier.
So I lied to you all. The happy hour specials is the Discord community and the drink recipes that we're going to be accumulating over our happy hour specials. Mm-hmm. Then we have another tier, which is our happy hour after hour, which is the virtual happy hour.
Right. So there's 2 different happy hour tiers that you can do. And happy hour after also includes the drink recipes too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And then our final tier is the big tier. It's the tinfoil hat club. And this gives you access to everything.
Everything. And don't we have like a quarter year?
Yes.
Surprise.
We have a mystery merch item that to be determined, but it will be out quarterly.
We don't even know yet, so it just depends.
Yeah. So I'm excited for that one because I like doing that stuff. I like merch. And
you like the marketing,
I like the marketing side of it. So the first person to sign up for that tier is going to get something good.
So
that's our Patreon. We hope to grow it into something else. Like if anyone's listening and would like to provide feedback on any of the tiers, like we're very open to feedback. Hit us up on our Instagram, DM us.
Yeah, we do have a couple people who listen to our podcast that we do have a couple conversations with on the Instagram.
Talk to us. We'll talk back.
Yeah,
very easily.
No, half the time you might get a duplicate response because
we have one account and we're both responding.
I'm like, oh shit, Dan, I have a better reply. I'm going to reply. And he's like, oh no, I already replied to that. So you might get a duplicate reply. But
I do try and look at it first before I answer to see if Allison answered or not.
We can also try to like put our names at the end or whatever. So know who's replying.
We could. But we don't.
We're just not that skilled.
We're just not that coordinated yet.
So, shall we get started on our topics?
Yes, I already told you, but I have a small little surprise afterwards, so I'm volunteering to go last.
So, no rock, paper, scissors, although I kind of want to just do it to see who wins, because I've won
because if I win...
No. You can choose me to go first, but I've won every game. I am undefeated so far, so I would like to just see if I keep my...
Okay, ready.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Scissors.
Wait, here we go again.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, Dan.
So I reserve this for next episode.
Dan won. He had paper. He covered
reserving
my
win for next episode.
Okay. So that is fine.
I will sit back and drink my really strong drink, and I will listen to this tale that you're about to unfold.
So I have some actual stories in here as my, not proof. I don't want to say proof. I don't want to get sued. It's not proof. None of this is proof. There are some stories that are based... Actually, no, there is proof in here. So let's just read it. Okay. So my sources to start this is allthat'sinteresting.com, techcrunch.com, ranker.com, and wikipedia.org, which I always said .com, but it's .org.
Oh, is that is that a Mandela effect too?
Maybe. It does make sense that it's a .org, but yes. I never said it correctly. So I apologize, Wikipedia.
Wiki.
Okay.
Please subscribe.
So my conspiracy. Well, okay, I'm not doing a conspiracy. I'm doing one of the unknowns. So this is the story and the origin of Slenderman.
Ooh, terrifying. By the way,
I find this so fascinating.
I remember clear memory sitting in our friend Albert's house back in his parents' house. It was me and Matt.
Did you have a sighting?
No, he was playing the game.
Wait, there's a game?
Yes, there's a game. And me and Matt were standing over Albert's shoulder, and all three of us were terrified. Because you have to go around and collect these papers, and every time you collect a paper, it increases the chances of him to get you.
Up here?
Yes. And then he gets
But do you need to collect the papers in order to win the game?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And there's like jump scares and stuff, and we're just like these like 20-somethings like being terrified by this tall skinny man.
You're not even like at that age. I don't think Slenderman wants to come and find you. So
he does. He wants his paperwork back.
What the fuck? Did you like steal his like office paperwork?
He does wear a suit. He's a businessman.
Wait, is he?
I don't know if he's a businessman, but when he's this, you're the one telling the story.
Yeah, but I didn't read that part of it.
Well, in the video game, he's a very tall.
I know. I never play video
slender
games,
man, and he wears a suit.
Well, okay. Yeah, I know. His whole look freaks me out.
He's terrifying.
He is. So, did you know that Slenderman was actually created out of a Photoshop contest?
No.
Yeah, so it says on June 10th, 2009, which is the year I graduated high school.
Not me.
Actually, it could be the June 10th. It could be the last day I was ever in high school. I think my graduation was on the 11th that year. So, anyways, Slenderman, or Slendy, as he is often referred to, which I was like,
that's what I call him.
Badass nickname.
When we hit the bar.
Yo, Slendy, what's up?
Slendy, get over here. You want a shot?
So he was born out of a Photoshop contest on the internet forum, on an internet forum. However, he was based off of the previous generations of the Boogeyman. So I guess he's like an equivalent to
definitely.
The 70s Boogeyman, whatever.
Yeah, the thing that's creeping in your closet or something.
Although, side note, I saw the movie for the Boogeyman. That was so stupid. And Boogeyman's like not even. Oh, wait, no, I'm thinking of the Candyman. Sorry. Wrong.
I was like, Bogul?
Wrong movie. Okay, we go back.
That was a good movie.
Which one?
I don't remember what it's called. The one with Bogul. He got all the children to kill their family.
Ew. Oh my God, I'm really getting distracted.
Terrifying.
Look, okay. Small disclaimer.
Don't trust them.
This is my third thing of alcohol tonight. So This is how we need to record all episodes because I am feeling fine.
I'm good.
I am feeling great.
I had 2 drinks down the shore, and I have 5 drinks in this one cup right now.
We'll see how well this episode turns out because I'm
so far, so
distracted tonight.
I'll make sure I really listen to it.
Boom, boom.
Keep it all in.
Like my espresso day.
Oh, God. When you were vibrating and wouldn't shut up.
Had like 3 or 4
I know
shots.
that sounded really mean what I just said, but
No,
she was literally laying on the bed staring at me. I was like...
we went to like Atlantic City or something, so we decided to get coffee on the way, and I had like 3 or 4 shots of like espresso in my coffee, and I'm like, Dan, and then this, and then this, and then this. He's like, shut up. I was like, I can't.
I'm like, are you okay? She's like, no.
Anyways, back to Slenderman.
Back to Slenderman.
So, he was born out of a Photoshop contest on an internet forum. And as I said, he was based on previous generations' Boogeyman. The challenge, which was posted on the comedy website Awful Things, encouraged people to take regular photographs and make them look scary by adding realistic ghost, ghouls, or monsters. At first, it was just an internet meme, but then people became a frightened folklore. People were telling stories about it. There were forums.
My beard does look blue.
Right? There were forums devoted strictly to Slenderman. People saying they sighted him, all of that. So let's get into who is he. What does he look like? The vague nature of Slenderman allows many artists to get creative with their interpretations. In these depictions of Slenderman, he is always described as being 8 feet tall, featureless white face. He has a dark... Oh, I did put that in there. He's a dark suit.
It's your story, Allison.
I know. Dark suit and long arms. And he has many arms, too. He doesn't just have the standard
the two?
Yeah.
Actually, I think I've seen
just long
pictures.
fingers.
Yeah, I've seen pictures.
They could be long fingers, but they kind of like branch out from his arms. So I don't know. Anyways, and he usually has tentacles on his back. They still look like arms.
Terrifying.
Anyways, so as I said, he was created from an internet forum, but the premise of the character was that he preyed on children. He often called them into the woods, inviting them to kill in order to be part of his, aka proxy, his fan club, his groupie, his clique.
If you don't subscribe to my Patreon, we'll kill you.
His many interpretations depicting his look and story, but it was scarier, however, not knowing specifics about himself, which I feel like that is scarier. You don't know what you should be afraid of. You just know there is something you should be afraid of. That's just my thought. So he can be found in rare, frequented places, abandoned creepy areas, crumbling halls, deep woods, playgrounds with rickety jungle gyms, and he's also known as like the monster of suburban areas. So I guess not cities. So if you live in a city, you're fine. You don't have to worry.
He does like I do remember he likes to dwell in the woods is like a big thing.
I think it's the seclusion. He likes to be able to lure people where they can't see him doing his crimes. So now, there is a creepypasta story, which creepypasta is that part of, I don't know, is it part of Reddit or is it its own platform?
A creepypasta, I believe, is more of like a concept where like Slenderman, if you asked me where Slenderman came from, I would have said he's a creepypasta, which is like a scary story.
An internet forum, though.
A scary story that originated on the internet. I think it does have its own website.
But that's what I like. Yeah. I didn't know if it was like a forum
but I
in
think
Reddit or...
I think a lot of it stems from Reddit.
Okay.
But I do think there is like a creepypasta.com or something like that.
So I found a site and they had listed like a couple creepypasta stories about Slenderman. Now, the thing is, some of them that I read and I was like, okay, so you made it onto this list because you mentioned the word, it could be Slenderman. I did find one that kind of creeped me out a little bit. But here's my thing about some of these stories. They are not always creditable because you see Slenderman if you're a child still. So if you're under 21, which means I feel like some teenagers like 16, 17 could be making up some of these stories just for clout or whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
In any case, this is still a little creepy, so I'm going to read it. So this story is called The Garage. And here's my answer. It was created by a Redditor, Incredible Folk 1, who told this tale. And yes, these are creepypasta stories, so creepypasta is on Reddit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Love me some pasta.
I mean, good pasta though, not creepypasta.
Pasta.
So this story says, I had gotten home from school. It was almost 5 p.m. I was alone, just like almost every time I got home from school. I usually let my dogs out of their crates, let them go to the backyard to do their business, and then let them back in. There was a small wasp nest on the front porch of my house, which I decided to spray with Raid, and I immediately ran back into the safety of my living room. I absolutely cannot stand having to walk out of my house in fear of getting stung every morning. After school, I usually go to my garage where my drink is in the fridge. It's full of Pepsis, Gatorades, water bottles, Red Bull, and delicious Arizona fruit cocktails. Pretty much every unhealthy drink you can think of. I walked out into the gasoline-like smell of the room. It is still pretty hot here in Texas, so the heat did not help cover up the stink. I had reached into the fridge and gotten a hold of Arizona watermelon cocktail, closed the fridge door, and made my way to the door. Then I heard it. A growling noise. It was right behind me. I almost pissed myself when I turned around. Tall, long arms, featureless. Its arms literally touched the floor, even though the figure was standing upright. I'm pretty sure most of you know what Slender Man looks like, so I don't think I need to go on. Looking at a naked mannequin with abnormally long arms. Its hands were black with an inky shine to them. I was frozen in fear. I let out a shriek, like one you would hear from a big sinister from Boys Shock 2. Haha. Is that a movie?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Boys Shock 2. Haha. And I ran near the fridge. And that was the last I saw of it. I burst out the garage and ran into my room. I stayed there until somebody got home. When I went back into the garage a few days later, I went to the fridge, and sure enough, there were 2 handprints. Black ones.
Gasp.
Maybe your dad stuck his hand in oil and put it on the fridge. I don't know.
Maybe you're
It's
dirty.
Days later.
Yeah, maybe you're just dirty.
So anyway, that's like one of the most credible ones. The one that I was reading earlier was like, oh, we were in a hotel room and we looked across the street at another hotel, and in the window there was a man standing there swaying back and forth for an hour, and then one of us said, it could be Slender Man. Somebody said somebody could have hung themselves, and then we looked back the next day and it wasn't there. And I was like, that's not a Slender Man story. Anyways, so a little more creepy than that, though, and it's not only creepy, but it's sad, was this stabbing based on Slender Man. Have you ever heard that? No. Okay. So on May 31st in 2004 in Waukesha, Wisconsin, Waukesha, Wisconsin. I'm sure if you live here, you know all about this story already. But there were 2 12-year-old girls. Well, excuse me. There were three 12-year-old girls. And 2 of them had Weezer. I don't know. I can't say the last name, so we're just going to go with the first names. Anise and Morgan Geyser is the other one. Lured their friend Peyton Lautner into a forest and stabbed her 19 times in an attempt to become the proxies of the fictional character Slenderman. The stabbing took place in Davids Park, a wooded area in town, during a game of hide and seek. Anise and Morgan told Peyton that they would go find help, but they did not. When Peyton realized her so-called friends were not coming back, she dragged herself to a nearby road where she found a cyclist. The cyclist called 911 when he saw her. She was rushed to a hospital where they discovered Anise and Morgan pinned down Peyton and stabbed her in the arms, legs, and torso with a 5-inch blade. 2 wounds were to 2 major organs. One missed her major artery of her heart by less than a millimeter, and another went through her diaphragm, cutting into her liver and stomach. Lautner left the hospital 7 days after the attack, which to me sounds extremely quick.
Yeah.
Like all those injuries, I would have assumed she would have been there for a month, but no, only 7 days. She returned to school in September 2014. Anise and Morgan were apprehended near the intersection, near Interstate 94 after walking 4.9 miles. The knife used in the stabbing was in a bag they carried. So, I mean, like, didn't even ditch the murder weapon, but I guess that's what happens when kids are involved in murders.
They're like, this is my souvenir. I stabbed them.
While Morgan felt no empathy, Anise was described as feeling guilty for stabbing the victim, aka their best friend. It's just referred to as a victim, which is crazy to me. But felt that the attack was needed to appease Slenderman. Anise and Morgan were found not guilty, but committed to mental health institutions for sentences of 25 years to life and 40 years to life, respectively. After 7 years, Anise was granted early release and will be under supervision until age 37.
That's a lot.
I mean, like, now Anise, she was just a part of it. She didn't do the stabbing, which it was Morgan who did the stabbing, which is why she received more time in a mental health facility. But these are kids, and I think, I don't remember off the top of my head, I think they were like 12 when they did this. They ruined their lives. And selfishly, they ruined their parents' lives too. Like, this is something that, I mean, you can't recover from this.
Another reason why children should be seen and not heard.
But like, I mean, and the poor girl that they stabbed, like thinking these are her best friends, and they're just like, you know what? We don't like you anymore. We are gonna go into the woods and stab you because we want to appease a fictional character. It's just so I don't have words for it. It's just so disturbing.
Allison, would you like to go into the woods this weekend?
I'm good. Are we gonna drink there? Bonfire?
Yeah,
okay, then yeah. Okay.
There'll be a large effigy. Don't pay no mind.
Well, what did you think?
I've heard of Slenderman. He does terrify me.
Have you heard of the actual story? Because that last story is an actual true story.
See, I feel like I have heard of it, but it's been a while, so it felt new as well.
Okay, fair.
The Slenderman has been around for a while. He's not like crazy new.
He's not new, but I feel like, do you remember like that meme not that long ago with like big weird smile?
Yeah.
I feel like it's like one of those type of situations where it's kind of like, it was an internet meme. It was from a Photoshop contest and it's just to scare you. But there are people who are dead serious that they've seen it in their window before. So
yeah, which I would hate for that to be me.
Yeah. Oh my God, no! I would have nightmares for life. I've been watching a lot of like haunted stories and stuff like that on YouTube lately, and I can't sleep. And I don't know why I do this to myself. But so let's hear what you got, and I'm excited because you said we're gonna be playing some sort of drinking game at the end.
Yeah. So
I'm ready.
Save your excitement for the end.
Okay.
Because it may or may not end your relationship. But
oh, I don't like this. Oh my God.
So my sources for today are a Vice.com article, a dailymail.uk or .co.uk article, and an article from healthline.com.
Ew, okay.
Mine, I feel like it's like cult/scam.
Love a good scam story.
So,
is it just me or do scam stories like piss you off? Because I was like, A, you're either like, how the hell did you fall for that?
Exactly.
Or B, you're like, why the fuck would you do that to somebody?
Exactly. Both.
Yes.
So have you ever heard of the concept of a twin flame?
I know I've heard of it. I have no idea what it's about though. Like I've heard of twin flame before.
Well, I was talking to our friend Ashley from Tell Me How You Really Feel podcast.
The one who's in our basement.
The one that's currently in the basement recording. And I told that we were talking about both of our podcasts. And I said, well, the next one I'm going to do is, I was like, have you ever heard of the concept of a twin flame? And she said, yes, I've done meditations on it. I was like, well, you're participating in a scam. / possible cult. But okay, so to start this off, I'm going to go into kind of the definition based on psychology. And then I'll move into like the more culty side of it.
Okay.
So, what is a twin flame? Twin flames are two halves or mirrors of two different individuals. This was a quote from a therapist named Barbara Spinelli. So she's a real person. And she's she's the CEO of the Babita Spinelli Group and Opening the Doors Psychotherapy is the name of her practice.
I kind of really like that last name.
Spinelli?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to say.
So these individuals tend to have similar strengths and weaknesses and feel intensely connected over something shared, usually over a shared pain, she explains. A PhD, her name is Lisa Fayelos. She's a therapist who specializes in relationships, defines a twin flame as two people who have a deep soul connection. They seem to mirror one another, have shared similar life paths, history, and sometimes trauma. Valleros credits the term twin flames to Elizabeth Clare Prophet, a leader of the Summit Lighthouse and a New Age religion known as the Church Universal and Triumphant. Prophet is perhaps best known for calling on her followers to prepare for nuclear Armageddon in the late 1980s. So, great start. Great basis to this.
Yeah, I don't...
Prophet coined the term twin flame in the 1970s, saying, according to Valleos, in 1999, Prophet published the book Soulmates and Twin Flames, The Spiritual Dimension of Love and Relationships.
Whenever there's a prophet involved, the story never ends well.
Well, I know it's her last name's actually Prophet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like,
because when I was reading this too, I was like, they called her Prophet. That it's actually her last name.
Okay, so that's not that bad then.
No, but the idea of the twin flame actually goes back in time. In the 5th century BC, Plato wrote in his philosophical text, The Symposium, that the Greek god Zeus disempowered humans by splitting us into two halves, male and female.
So one person
Split.
based on this is consisted of a male and a female. So this is whoever it was that you were just saying splits them. Mm-hmm. So there is a male, and I guess that would be like soulmates.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll go into it later in the
conspiracy
in my story, but the cult side of it, the preachers of it or whatever you want to call them, mm-hmm. they describe things in like male and female energy. And so while some scholars say Plato's writing describes soulmates, a lot of us use this as a background for twin flames. Here are the signs of a twin flame. I'm still going based on the psychologist that I just mentioned earlier.
Okay.
So there are a few signs psychologists say could point to a twin flame relationship. Sense that you're meeting yourself. You may even think you can feel the other person's emotions. The number one thing is that it's undeniably familiar, like you've known them forever. There's a comfort that seems uncanny.
Deja vu.
Kind of.
Yeah. Multiple
similarities, sometimes uncanny. There can be a lot of mirroring of life experiences. For example, if you had a traumatic childhood, your twin flame may have as well. That might not always mean the person is an exact mirror image of you. The twin flames show you your fears and insecurities, but they can also show you how to overcome them, she explains. They just encourage you to look at those things more completely. A deep connection. There's often a deep longing and yearning, Spinelli says. You might find yourself chasing each other. A desire to grow. Twin flames help you to work through your triggers, insecurities, and challenges. For example, if you have an avoidant attachment in your relationship and your twin flame isn't good at communication, you might begin to ask yourself why you're chasing this person. You notice there are things you feel insecure about. Your twin flame forces you to ask why. Prioritization of growth over being in a relationship. In a true twin flame relationship, both people feel committed to act in the highest interest of themselves and this other person. In a false twin flame relationship, people may act in a way that's in their own self-interest, not their twin flames.
So it's like finding your soulmate. Then your twin flame is basically your soulmate. You'll do anything for them, mm-hmm. but if it's not your twin flame, then
it's fake.
Yeah.
They don't care if they're married. They're supposed to be with you. Without understanding that decision could be destructive to a lot of people. So there is this aspect about twin flames where say you and Tim are twin flames, right? Mm-hmm. Or no, I'm sorry. Say you and Tim are in a relationship, but me and you are twin flames. I'm supposed to pursue you no matter what because you're my twin flame, even though it destroys your relationship.
You don't care.
Yeah.
But you don't care until you get what you want and you're satisfying yourself as well as the other person.
Yes.
Okay.
But it may not happen.
Okay.
The meeting signifies a major change in your life. A twin flame relationship can be rapidly transformational. You might have thought you'd be doing one thing, but suddenly you're changing careers and moving across the country. It's completely unexpected and out of nowhere.
Basically doing something for the other person.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
There are these stages of twin flames. The stages in a twin flame relationship are similar to other relationships with a few exceptions, Spinelli notes. These stages are, the first one is immediate connection, aka the honeymoon phase. Unlike other relationships that often take time to cultivate, Spinelli says most people recognize another person is their twin flame the first time they meet. They feel an immediate connection. However, you might not realize this person is your twin flame until years later. It's exhilarating or an overwhelming feeling that you found this person who feels like home. The meeting is also unplanned. According to Vealos, you may come across paths in a way that can't be predicted. The next stage is exploring, integration, and healing. Following the immediate connection, you may begin to recognize the person's faults, noticing disappointments and having arguments. You may also recognize the other person's faults in yourself. It puts a spotlight on the things that you need to work on. It's not that you dislike this person or feel angry. Instead, their actions emphasize your own behavior that you want to change. This results in rapid fire transformation. The next stage.
I like that line though. It shows what you want to change basically about yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of this describes a relationship in general.
Yeah. I don't see Colt yet.
No,
but
we'll get there.
I know it's coming.
Yeah. Decision is the next step. Two individuals may then decide to work on and stay in the relationship, or the relationship may result in the separation. Duh. Duh. Last step, acceptance and release. No matter if you stay with your twin flame or your paths part, the person remains sacred to you. Instead of clinging to when they're coming back, you accept that whatever happens, happens because your souls are united. Okay, so here are the unhealthy aspects of twin flame relationships.
Probably my life.
Twin flames don't always result in a healthy long-term relationship. That may mean that you aren't meant to ultimately stay with the person. You have to ask yourself if the person is healthy or right for you.
What if I ask if their pet is healthy or right for me? That's a different story.
Gray is definitely not your twin flame.
No.
Both Spinelli and Valleos say it's also common to mistake an unhealthy relationship with a twin flame. Due to the intense connection, people tend to confuse a twin flame relationship with a relationship involving a narcissist.
I know a couple of those.
Yes. Narcissistic and codependent relationship styles look a lot like what people think are twin flames.
Okay.
People often think it's a twin flame when they're having a codependent trauma response. For example, if you have an insecure attachment to your parents, you could be acting it out in an intense and tumultuous relationship with a narcissist whom you mistake for your twin flame.
Daddy issues, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
Twin flame relationships can feel intense and activating, but it's safe and thrilling. In an unhealthy relationship, you can feel terrifying. Yes. And like I described earlier, the concept of a soulmate or a twin flame has existed for decades. The number of Google searches for twin flame has exploded over the last few months, literally. Celebrities like Megan Fox and Alicia Keys have talked about it. YouTubers have gushed over what the term means. And on TikTok, where the largest demographic is women of age 18 to 24. One theory regarding twin flames is that there are 144,000 humans capable of finding their true twin flame. Others believe the 100,044 number refers to memory complexes containing thousands of souls. But 144,000 is significantly fewer than the 7.7 billion people on the planet. So how do those in the community explain this? There does not seem to be a united front in terms of this theory. like anything else. Many use the number to push the rhetoric that reaching union is rare and only obtainable for the most spiritual developed people. This is where we're getting into the cult territory.
Okay. I can already feel it coming.
The number 100,044 has its roots in the book of Revelation, and Jehovah's Witnesses believe that exactly this amount of people will ascend to heaven as immortal spiritual beings.
1,044.
100,044.
That's weird. So my mom's lucky number is 144. And she says every time she looks at a document or a clock or whatever, the number is 144. So I don't know. I just thought that was really weird that it's 144. And my mom's number is 144.
I want to do this little side tangent.
Okay.
I kind of want to do, it wouldn't be like a conspiracy, but I would love to do something on like numerology. Just because.
And I know nothing about that, so.
Me either. I feel like that'd be a great one for Ashley to be on.
That could be like our side, like special for Patreon or something.
But because like you just said, your mom sees those numbers. I see my birth date all the time, 9/08. Like I'll just be randomly sitting on the couch, look at my phone. Clock says 9:08. Mm-hmm. I'll do it. I'll look at it AM and PM. I see it every day.
I don't think I have a number.
And I was listening to some other things, and there's some significance with other numbers. So like I feel like that'd be an interesting topic to tackle.
Well, you know, it's weird too. My dad's number is 17, and this could be also like how it shows that they're twin flames. But when they moved to their house in New Hampshire, their address was 144 Route 17.
That's
so weird, right?
Yes.
It's so weird. Like it was so bizarre.
So I think we should look into that could even be one we do together.
I would totally do that one. We could do that one as a special or whatever.
Okay, we'll definitely do that. Understandably, this can be alienated to some who believe in the twin flame concept, and they argue that the Christian origin is misguided in that everyone has a twin flame because we're all connected through a physical incarnation of our higher self. Complicating the issue more is that twin flame relationships aren't always reciprocal. Some people can't handle the intensity of a twin flame connection, and these quote-unquote runners, often men, drift away, while the quote-unquote chasers, usually women, are left wondering why their flames abandon them.
So were the runners people who were like just don't want to be in a relationship at all, or just people that don't want to be in the current relationship that they're in?
A runner would be someone that, so like you're pursuing someone and it's not being reciprocated. So the person is running away from you. Like,
okay.
They're like maybe distancing themselves.
So not necessarily running from a relationship in general, just running away from the current relationship, running away from their current quote unquote twin flame.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the one person believes that they are their twin flame and the other person does
not. Okay.
Sometimes people never properly connect to start with. In 2014, Ryan Gosling was granted a temporary restraining order against a woman who reportedly harassed and stalked the actor because she was convinced he was her twin flame.
I could see how that would have like cult-like tendencies.
Yes. There are many other instances of twin flames, typically women again, receiving restraining orders from the relentless pursuits of the other person. Mm-hmm. One of the most prominent twin flame coaches is a couple tag team from Michigan, Jeff and Shalaya Allen.
I would assume that they believe that they are twin flames together.
Uh-huh. They have a whole school devoted to it.
Really?
This is when we go into the cult territory.
Like young school, like elementary, or like schooling for adults?
Like
about their cult.
Yes.
Okay.
The pair have released hundreds of online videos over the last 5 years discussing spiritual wellness and self-love, which isn't a bad thing. In the videos, they gush about harmonious union and how twin flames have been designed for you by God. They encourage relentless commitment to your twin, stating, "What if your twin flame is with another? Don't worry. It is a sham 3-dimensional marriage. Your twin flame is already yours, so claim them. AKA, just get a restraining order.
What the hell?
Open yourself to that
Stop
restraining
them.
order.
Do not let them go.
Jeff and Shalia describe a twin flame being your best friend in the entire universe. This person was designed for you by God, and you were designed for this person by God to be your eternal companion for all eternity. The two run an online spiritual community and are the founders of the Twin Flames universe. Twin Flames universe often offers various workshops and therapy sessions designed to lead people to their so-called twin flame. Jeff and Shalea, who claim to help members find their soulmate, have faced accusations that they promote cult-like practices from ex-students and have even encouraged members to change their gender in a bid to find love.
So they're saying that some twin flames are like not split male female, some are split male male, and then to change your gender so you can be the female for your twin flame. Like they're so basically saying
it's not so the way I was reading it, it was not so much this, from what I was reading, it didn't seem like it was like this your twin flame, you're a man and your twin flame's a man. You need to be a woman to be compatible. It was more just like your twin flame exerts this feminine energy and you need to embrace it. Like It's not like you need to have a sex change. Like it's
just embrace who you actually are. So it's not like it's saying like all gays are bad or
from all the cult things they were doing, that was the one thing that wasn't coming across.
Be who you actually are in order to be compatible with your twin flame.
But it could not be true. And they're still forcing those beliefs onto people, saying like, "Oh, your flame exerts this feminine energy. You need to pretend you're converting to be a female." Energy.
Oh, you have to still pretend that you... Okay. So I was just about to give the quote-unquote cold props, but maybe I spoke too early.
No, I don't think you should.
Okay.
So members of the Twin Flames universe are given access to a special Facebook group, which has more than 15,000 members, as well as dozens of YouTube videos with titles like, "Does my twin flame know they're my twin flame?" and "Manifest Twin Flame Miracles." Other offerings including one-on-one therapies and access to Google Hangout classes during which members were offered advice on their relationship problems require subscription.
So you have to pay to get the information, aka where the cult's coming in.
So I think I noted it in my sources earlier, but Vanity Fair did a huge write-up on these two people. And according to the Vanity Fair article, the cost of accessing the full run, I'm doing air quotes, the full run of this therapeutic reality.
This is why we need to video ourselves.
And all of its offshoots like videos, Facebook groups, Hangouts, all that.
The full package.
The full package costs $4,400.
And do we know how many of these followers actually...
Mm-mm.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, 4,000 is not that much. But, I mean, it's a lot for some people. It would be a lot for me to just fork over $4,000 right now. Mm-hmm. So,
I mean, I couldn't.
No.
Yep. So, followers of them can also pay for exclusive content, such as their Dreams Coming True e-course, which is the name of the e-course, which was $700. Their Life Purpose class, which was $2,699,
which I feel like are all things that you learn by living your life.
And the Twin Flame Ascension School, which was $3,333. A previous Vice investigation spoke with ex-students who say they were gaslit, manipulated into volunteering hundreds of hours of free work, discouraged from seeking mental health care, exploited for thousands of dollars, and cut off from their families. Following Vice's investigation, Jeff and Shalia brought a lawsuit to the Court of Michigan against former students, claiming these stories were false and defamatory. They continue their work, and new members are joining each day. One student who wished to remain anonymous claims that when you join the inner circle, you are offered healing therapy, which the couple claim results in a significant decrease in trauma flashbacks. The ex-student claims to have seen Jeff and Shalea belittle students who disagree with their teachings and nearly kick out another who didn't write a 5-star review on their book.
Now we're starting to get into the cult
Yeah.
story.
While a growing number are calling out abuse they suffered as part of the cult of the twin flame universe, the twin flame phenomenon is much bigger than just these two people that are doing this. They're just taking advantage of it.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are so indoctrinated into the idea around twin flames that they overlay twin flame characteristics onto everything, to the point of using it to justify staying in an unhealthy relationship and lusting after an unavailable or married person.
But why would you make yourself miserable throughout your whole life? If it's somebody that you shouldn't be with, or if it's somebody that you are never going to get, like, I feel like that they're kind of flirting with the fate line.
Well, that's why a lot of people who subscribe to this come out with restraining orders.
Yeah, sounds like it.
The duo, who claim to have a direct connection to God, so there you go, work with a team of coaches to help guide their members towards their twin flame, who might live in another city or even country. Sometimes these matches are people they already know. Sometimes they are members of the community. These matches are always between one masculine partner and one feminine partner. However, the group uses these terms to refer to energy rather than a person's sex or gender, meaning you could be a woman but have a divine gender that is masculine. Jeff and Shalea claim their close connection with God means they can confirm a person's true divine gender, even if it's not one they identify with. The couple told Vanity Fair that members who discover their new divine gender are never pressured to change their outward appearance, but the publication notes that many of them do, starting with their names, pronouns, dress, and hair. One transgender man spoke positively of discovering that his divine gender was masculine after being guided by members of the community and his coaches. He says, I was guided perfectly through pointed, logical questions and meditation to the truth. It wasn't forced on me. However, others insist that members are actively encouraged to outwardly adopt their divine gender. 10 ex-members told the publication the twin flame universe is coercing vulnerable people who have never experienced gender dysphoria to transition.
So they're not just saying it's okay to change your gender. They're kind of embracing it. It sounds like they're like, oh, you think your twin flame is a man? Oh, you feel more women tendencies? Change your gender.
Yeah. And if you don't, we kill you. No. Former members speaking to Vice leveled a range of accusations against the Twin Flames universe and accused Jeff and Shalea of building a cult empire that exploited its members. Ex-members and parents of current members claimed followers were encouraged to cut off communication with their families, an isolation tactic that is common in cults.
I was going to say, that is like what all cults do.
Yeah. When asked for comment by Vice, Jeff and Shalea denied that they are running a cult. A cult, this is a quote from them, is a cult is a sick organization of abuse that systematically takes form and harms its members to enrich its founders. We created an organization of love and harmony, which heals and enriches everyone in it and everyone who is connected to everyone. According to Vanity Fair, Jeff and Shalea also filed 2 lawsuits that named 7 former Twin Flames universe members and 1 family member as defendants, variously accusing them of defamation, false promotion, unfair competition, and additional charges. Among other things, the complaints allege that their negative accounts of Twin Flame Universe online or in the Vice story are false, cooked up to make the spiritual community look bad and to steal their clients, drive people away, and promote the ex-members' businesses. So that is my little tale of the Twin Flame universe.
That one was really interesting. I really like that one.
It was something that I kept hearing about, and I never really knew anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard it on podcasts, people talking about twin flames, and it's always been in the sense that like they're a cult. It wasn't like, oh, I'm a twin, like whatever.
Where's my twin flame?
Yeah, it was
blah,
never.
blah.
It was never that aspect.
Because I feel like people don't say, hey, I found my twin flame. No, I found my soulmate. But like the twin flame aspect of it, it just screams cult to me.
Yes, it does. It's very cult-like, especially with the way that those two people were leading their little...
They're charging for stupid shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I was going to say seminars, but a lot of people charge for seminars.
Mm-hmm.
So, but...
Yeah. All right, so are you ready to take a quiz?
Yay, yes.
Let's see.
It's like a BuzzFeed quiz.
Yes, but it's not on BuzzFeed.
Okay.
Let's say, have you found your twin flame?
Oh, God, I feel like this is not going to end well. Tim's going to be like, excuse me?
Yes, let's see if your relationship will last to the end of this recording. All right.
Okay.
In envisioning Tim,
Okay.
you feel that you have always somehow known this person.
So that's an interesting one because I would say no, because there have been like when our one friend Ashley, like she's like, yeah, you guys have met before. Swear to God, I do not ever remember meeting him. But we have a lot of stories too that at the same time will line up like, oh my God, you remember this? I had this happen on the same day. And like, we'll have like certain situations that revolve around the same like time loop sort of.
So would you say not sure or disagree?
So they're not sure.
Well, it's either
or
agree,
disagree.
not sure, or disagree.
Okay. What was the question one more time?
You feel that you have always somehow known this person.
I'm actually going to say disagree.
Okay.
Okay.
You can be honest with this person about anything. And I
Agree.
say LOL.
Agree.
So that your options, I'm going to give you all the options.
Oh, so it's not the same?
No, sometimes agree or not really.
Okay, agree.
Okay. You feel as though you have been waiting for this person your entire life. Not really sure, ... no,
Yeah.
or yes.
I would say not really sure. I don't know if I ever feel like I'm waiting for a specific person.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know. It's an interesting one.
Not really sure. We'll click that.
Okay.
You're free to be authentically yourself without fear around them.
Absolutely.
Well, that's not an option. Just kidding.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Okay. I knew one of those
Yeah.
would click.
Definitely, not really. Sometimes I do. Definitely.
Yes.
Okay. This person is your best friend, muse, teacher, and lover all at the same time. Some of these roles, but not all of them. Yes, all of those roles.
All of those.
One of these roles, yes. All of them.
All of them.
He's your muse. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. You know what? As weird as it sounds, yes.
Okay.
Certain situations.
He inspires you to be better because you don't want to
Work.
look like a pumpkin. He was wearing all orange. She was wearing all orange today.
I told him he looked like a traffic cone.
Yes, all of these roles click. Okay. The moment you met, you experienced an immediately intense connection with them. I'm going to say no, because you said I was the more attractive one. At work.
The first time that I really remember meeting him was like an after work event.
Uh-huh.
And
was it the happy hour we all went to?
you weren't there. It was like I got invited by somebody from the sales team.
Oh, it was
And
I know the one
I think
I was
he
not
was
there,
just
yeah.
trying to sleep with me.
Probably.
But everybody at work was talking the next day thinking I did sleep with him, and I was like, no. But it wasn't him, it was somebody else.
Okay, so the moment you met, you experienced an immediately intense connection with them.
Is
and
there a middle ground?
The
one?
responses are unsure, the connection built gradually, and yes. Those are the three answers.
The connection built gradually.
You both feel drawn towards the same higher calling or life purpose. And then your choices are similar, but not the same. I agree. And we are called towards different pursuits.
There's no unsure? I guess that would be similar.
I would say, if you're unsure, I would think it would be similar, but not the same.
See, I don't think we've ever had like that conversation before to answer that. Like, I know we both want the same thing, but at the same time, like, I don't know. I just feel like I'm going to go.
We are called towards different pursuits.
No, definitely not that
Okay.
one.
Similar, but not the same.
Yeah, mark that one.
Okay. Click. How would you describe your arguments/fights? And I'll read you the options.
Okay.
Our fights are either loud and explosive or silent and bitter. We have never really had any arguments or fights. We used to fight a lot at the beginning, but now we rarely have fights, and when we do, they're minor.
That one.
Okay, well, there's one more.
Okay.
Sometimes we fight, and when we do, it's intensely triggering, and we try to work through our issues together.
I would say we don't really fight. Honestly, in the beginning, the thing we fought about like the most was the dog.
Uh-huh.
And now I've kind of learned to tolerate the dog, and we don't fight about it. We don't really have too many big fights.
You're selecting. We used to fight a lot in the beginning,
Yeah.
but now we rarely have fights, and when we do, they are minor.
Yes.
Your strengths and weaknesses perfectly complement each other. In other words, you both embody the yin and yang. And then your options are agree, disagree, not sure.
Agree. By the way, every question that you ask, I'm taking a sip of my drink. I'm turning this into my own drinking game.
Yes, because you have to live with him. Even though you're in a relationship with them, you don't feel trapped by them. You feel free. I feel trapped sometimes. I agree. Not sure.
No,
That's not Tim.
I feel free because he just doesn't care. If I want to go out with my friends or whatever to a bar to Atlantic City, whatever the case is, he's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Can I come? Sometimes I tell him no. He's like, okay. I'll go play video games.
So I'll say agree.
Yes.
You both can easily read each other's thoughts and emotional energy. And your options are on occasion we can. We're still working on that, and very much so.
Very much so.
Your entire life has been re-examined and rebuilt from the ground up since meeting this person. Not sure. Agree. My life has remained the same, but improved slightly.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, though. My life has definitely changed, but I don't know if it's because we also work together. Because when I met him, we were working together anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. And like it was all around the same time. So I don't know if it's just my life has changed because of where I work or because I met him. And I don't know. I feel like it's also because I met him. Like I'm pretty close with, like, I mean, Kate started at the same time as me and everything. And she's not as close to your parents and stuff as I am now. And I feel like the group that I've grown into is like, I wouldn't change it at all. So I would say agree.
Okay. Yeah. It's funny because I'm not taking this for you, but to say when it describes your entire life has been re-examined and rebuilt from the ground up, I was going to say like, no, or,
I guess it depends
but the way you just described it, I was like, oh, maybe she's right. Maybe it has changed. Like I'm not saying it changed for the better or for the worse, but it has changed.
I guess it depends on how you want to answer that. Like, are we going to be talking like social calendars, things that we want to do, hanging out? Would I rather hang out with this person or this person? Or are we talking about like my life goals, my dreams, my aspirations, all of that? Because that has not changed.
I think that's what it is describing, but I think it is describing everything, both, because it says your whole life
too. Like he always says, like, if I had to move to X, Y, and Z for work, would you go? Before I probably would have said no, but now like I found him and I'm like, yeah, if you have to go there, I'll go there with you. So I don't know. I'll still say agree.
Okay, agree. Click. How would you describe the energy of attraction you feel around this person? Magnetic and explosive, erotic and playful, gentle and firm.
Definitely depends on the time of day because I am not a morning person. So I'm like, get the fuck away from me in the morning. But I would say for the most part, what was gentle and what?
Magnetic and explosive, erotic and playful, gentle and firm.
What does the firm part mean?
I don't know. When you slap him around.
I want to say
erotic and playful.
No, maybe. But like most of the time, like when he comes home, I just want to hug. Like I don't want to fuck him or anything. So
well, maybe that could be magnetically attracted to him, but then you're just like later it could be explosive.
Yeah, but then it also sounds like explosive as in like we attract together and then we explode and fight with each other.
That could be.
I don't know. I don't like this quiz. It's not very
well. This
clear.
is the last question,
okay.
So you must answer, Allison.
I kind of don't want to go with that one. I want to say the last one.
Gentle and firm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I don't know what that means.
Gentle and firm. Your relationship is gentle and firm. He does call you as pretty girl, so.
And princess.
Yeah.
So we got the gentle part down.
He's gentle. Allison is the firm one. Click.
Listen, bitch.
Exactly.
Get the fuck away.
You found your twin flame. With what an immense blessing. You are both like two sides of the same coin. You complement each other's strengths, weaknesses, light and dark sides perfectly.
I feel like I would have gotten in trouble if I answered that incorrectly.
That's why I said your relationship is doomed. Your twin flame is someone who you completely trust and feel a sense of inner expansion around. Your life may have changed drastically since meeting your twin flame, and you can't help but feel that this person has inspired you to become better as a whole. And although you both tend to mirror each other's unsolved wounds, sometimes leading to conflict, you both accept each other unconditionally. Deep down, you feel that you've known this person for eternity, and you both share the same spiritual calling.
Tim, just remember that you're my twin flame. So the sooner you want
Someone's
to get this
getting
shit
a restraining
going.
order. So that was my fun little quiz I had at
that.
the end that I found. I was like, I wonder if there has to be a quiz about this because
I like that was fun.
Yeah.
We should do more BuzzFeed like quizzes or like.
yeah.
Do you remember 17 magazine?
I do.
Oh, we should
I felt like
do
that'd be
17
something fun to go with the story and
Yeah, I like that one. And I won.
You won.
I passed.
Congratulations. You can continue this relationship and to live here. Well, that was fun.
I like that episode
It
a lot.
was. It was a little more
good.
loosey-goosey
I
with some fun
know.
quizzes at the end.
Well, I also had like 3 seltzers before we started. So I am ready to go for another round. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
That's okay. Yes, I don't.
It is what, like 9 o'clock? Yeah, it's
Just
like
about.
9 o'clock on a Wednesday night. We both have to get up. Do you have to get up tomorrow?
I do. I have early work tomorrow.
Are you at the restaurant or are you pet sitting?
Restaurant.
Okay. By the way, I just want to bring this up to everybody's attention. We're both Rover sitters, like pet sitters. Rover, you need to sponsor this podcast right here. We are your employees.
Yes. Well,
We are
technically,
for you.
we're contractor.
But we still work for them.
We do.
I don't know. I got a couple
Yes.
sittings this weekend that I got to take care of. I got a housewarming party this weekend, which I'm thinking you're going to.
I am.
Your parents are going later.
Yeah, they're getting a chair delivered.
I want one of those massage chairs.
That's not what's getting delivered, but the chair from mall.
Aw. One of the ones that they
Mechanical.
can like lift up to
yeah.
help her stand up
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, because she's old.
Yeah. She's so cute though.
She is. Can I bring up something? I watched the Downton Abbey movie with Maul on Monday.
Oh, did you? I know you wanted to take her to the theater for her birthday, but
Yeah, but movies don't stay in the theaters apparently as long as they used to, so it was gone within 3 weeks.
that's so sad.
But can I tell you how disappointed I am that I was not born into money
I am disappointed about that every day of my life.
and how I did not inherit a villa in the south of France. That's all I have to say to end this episode.
Isn't everybody? Come on.
I know it's the tough life we lead.
By the way, that was the most aggressive but into the microphone I've ever heard in my
It's
life.
just such a good show and movie and so good.
I never got into that, but I know our friend Chad's into it, so I don't know. Maybe I'll.
I
have to,
texted
like,
him.
Did you?
I said Chad.
Because he watched the movie. Too,
He did. He saw the movie before I
in
did.
theaters.
And I was like, I hate this movie.
I asked him if he wanted to go to Sexy Bingo, and he's like, "I'm at the movies again." I was like, "What are you seeing?" He's like, "I'm not sure." I was like,
What? You
You
have to
bought the
buy a
tickets.
ticket.
"He's like, yeah, I know, but my friends wanted to go, so I'm like, okay."
All right.
Well, that was a really good episode.
It was.
It was a long episode. I think we've
Yes,
been
it
recording for
was.
like 7, 8, 8, 9, 2 hours. I just have to do the math on my fingers.
1, 2, 3.
So
Yes, according to the thing, it says 1 hour and 38 minutes.
so it should be great.
Yes.
It'll at least make our fans happy because I know some of the comments were
They want
it was
longer
great. Do
episodes.
longer
Yeah.
episodes. Which I would like to do full hour episodes since it's called Conspiracy Happy Hour.
Yeah, we
but-
usually we skirt on the hour threshold.
But the more comfortable we get, I think the better we
Yes.
can get with
And
doing
this one
that.
was fun. We had a fun little quiz to do afterwards.
The quiz
so.
was great. I think we need to find a quiz for every episode.
Yeah, I want to. I think incorporate some type of little fun thing after. Like if I can find something that relates to the story I'm
Hell,
doing.
Don't make it relate at all. I think the quiz would
Just
be
a random BuzzFeed
a
quiz.
great closing. Like, what kind of dog are you?
I mean, I'm always down for
I think that would
that.
be so good. That's gonna be our new closing.
Okay,
A quiz. I love that idea.
we'll look forward to our new quiz.
Yeah, or we can do like a round of Piccolo or something.
Yeah.
Take a drink if you've ever said X, Y, and Z.
That's it. All right. Well, goodbye from sunny South Jersey.
I mean, it's 9:00 at night. It's not sunny anymore.
Goodbye from the dark, the dark South.
Apologies if you're getting a sneak peek of the podcast getting recorded below us. But I had a great time tonight.
I did too. Great stories. Great fun.
And I am going to go throw the pool out that's in the backyard. The dog bit deflated. So I know.
R.I.P.
Right? I bought a new one, though.
That's good.
I know. All right. Well,
All right.
Sounds good. I will talk to you guys all later on the next episode of Conspiracy Happy Hour.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Conspiracy Happy Hour. Be sure to listen, follow, and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. Have a spooky story, conspiracy, or weird encounter that you would like to hear read in a future episode? Email your story to conspiracyhappyhour@gmail.com and follow the show on Instagram and Facebook at Conspiracy Happy Hour. This podcast is produced and edited by Geckos Media and is part of the Geckos Media Network. Interested in starting your own podcast and not quite sure where to begin? Visit Geckos Media and sign up for a free one-on-one consultation today. Until next time.